But Tom, thank you very much, as always. Have a Merry Christmas. All right, the first city Tom Homan plans to clean up is Chicago, where residents are lashing out at Mayor Brandon Johnson.
You caused all this money to go to illegal immigrants, not Harold Washington. You gonna be held accountable for it.
All you illegals, you ain't gonna have no Merry Christmas. You're gonna have a Merry Deportation Christmas.
We need Tom Homan here in Chicago. We need Donald Trump. We need to start voting different in these cities like New York and Chicago. You got a 14% approval rating, so the people is looking like they're telling you that you're fired, man. Can you do the job, Mr. Brandon Johnson?
And how did Mayor Brandon Johnson respond to his constituents? Well, he threw him out of the meeting.
Thank you. Please restore order.
Can I have your attention, please? Ladies and gentlemen, please go to your closest exit.
Joining me now, Chicago resident Vashon Tunsil, who was at that Chicago City Council meeting. Vashon, what's the biggest problem you're seeing with illegals in Chicago right now?
Well, they're getting all of our resources, all the American people in Chicago. Brandon Johnson has given these illegal immigrants over, $500 million while American people struggle and starve on the street. But not only that, now he wants to protect these illegals that's here in Chicago, Illinois illegally. And I just don't believe that's the right thing to do as a mayor when you have a 14% approval rating. And then the people realize why our city is so bad. It's because they keep voting Democrat.
Oh, which brings me to the point. I mean, it can't be more obvious in Chicago how bad things have gotten. I mean, I think I hadn't been to Chicago in maybe 3 or 4 years when I went to the DNC with the Fox crew to cover the Democratic convention. And they cleaned it up a lot, but it was different. It's a different place. And you go to the South Side, it's even worse. And it's always been a little bit dangerous, but it's much worse. So what is it? How do they lock down as many of the voters as they do lock down to vote for the Democrats?
Well, I mean, me personally, I just think it's like a generational thing. Like their mothers and their fathers, they tell them to vote Democrat because the Republican, they're for the rich and they're for the white people and this, that, and the third, which I don't think to be true at all. I think that Republicans, they have their best interest for black people. The Democrats, they're the ones that started the KKK. And me personally, me growing up, and I see the Democratic Party, you look at people like Barack Obama, and it's just like it's not looking good for what they're doing to these inner cities like Chicago and New York. And I just feel like it's just brainwashing at this point.
Man, what did Obama do for Chicago? I mean, Vashon, oh, wait, hold on one moment. The incoming board czar, Tom Homan, is actually still with us, and he's been listening in on the conversation, everything you've been saying. I think he wants one of your hats. Can you tell Tom directly what you need him to do in Chicago, Vashon?
Well, first I want to say is thank you so much for joining me, Tom Homan. I really appreciate these words with you. And sir, please, I don't care what Brandon Johnson tell you, please come clean up Chicago, Illinois. We need you, Tom Homan. This place sucks right now. And like you said, our city sucks because our governor sucks and our mayor sucks. You were absolutely right about that. And I mean, it couldn't get more broad than that. And I just really appreciate you coming here, just speaking to the people of Chicago, listening to us more than our own mayor. You're actually doing a better job than the mayor is when it comes to listening to us.
Tom?
Well, look, I was there 2 weeks ago, and I spoke to the people there, and you're right. I said the mayor sucks and the governor sucks because of them protecting illegal aliens in your city, especially criminal illegal aliens. Their number one responsibility is protecting the communities. So look, I made a promise 2 weeks ago that I'd be back, and I will be back. When this operation starts, I will be in Chicago. And men and women at ICE are going to be on the streets doing their job. So I appreciate your support. And when I was out there, I met with black pastors, I met with leaders of the community. They're all on the same page. The only one on a different page is the mayor, and we're going to prove to him that we can come in and make that city safer with or without his help.
Thank you so much, Tom Homan.
Yeah, Vashon and Tom, we're going to check back with you in, let's say, a couple of months, Tom, to see how things have changed. We'll give you 3 months to see how things are progressing, because it's not going to happen overnight. This is going to be a process. And if I know one thing about Tom Homan, he's unstoppable once he actually has the power and the authority to act. So I know that about Tom very well. Vashon and Tom, thank you both. And just ahead, Donald Trump warning Republicans.